Oh my, Mickey Mouse assaulting Minnie is not something I ever expected to see in a Disney cartoon, not even one from 1928. Playing Crazy is really interesting for several reasons. First of all, this was actually the first ever Mickey Mouse cartoon made, but Steamboat Willie was shot and released earlier than this one, but it was still Disney's kind of first attempt at a Mickey Mouse story. And in this, he's trying to get a plane off of the ground, and he builds a new plane and invites Minnie along to fly with him, and they're kind of flying around. There are problems, and eventually they kind of take off. And they have a nice flight. It's fairly interesting. And then he asks Minnie for a kiss, and Minnie says no. And then he gets this really evil, twisted look on his face. I'm about to spoil what happens at the end, by the way, but you kind of can't talk about Playing Crazy without mentioning this. At the end of it, well, towards the end, he gets this really twisted look on his face after Minnie rejects him. And he starts doing this like terrifying loop-de-loop and makes Minnie fly in the air, then catches her in the plane, all realistic of course. And then he looks at her as if to say, well, I saved you, you're going to give me a kiss now. And Minnie's still not having any, so he grabs hold of her and forces a kiss onto her. And then she slaps him, of course, at which point I thought, good girl, good on you. And then she jumps out of the plane, which I thought couldn't have been that bad of a kiss. I was genuinely shocked that they decided, for the first Mickey Mouse story, even though it wasn't the first released, to make him sexually assault Minnie. I know it was the 20s. That came out weirdly. I know it was the 20s. But still, it's still quite a shocking thing to watch. In terms of the animation quality, I really like it. Minnie and Mickey look like they did in the early cartoons, a lot more mouse-like, a lot more creepy, to be honest. I always find that Minnie's missing something. There's something about Minnie that's just not quite there. I think maybe it's her bow. Mickey just looked quite peculiar altogether, to be perfectly honest, but I like him a lot. And this short, I really thoroughly enjoyed. I thought there was a lot about it that worked really well. A lot of things that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the shading and the shadows. I thought the interaction between Minnie and Mickey up until that point was quite interesting to watch. But it took a downward spiral pretty quickly once Mickey decided to show perhaps his true personality that he's kept under wraps for a few decades now. I enjoyed it. As a beautiful piece of Disney history, it's absolutely worth watching. As something that's a good message, well, yes, if you try and build a plane and it doesn't work, keep going, keep trying, don't give up on your dreams. But maybe don't assault somebody as soon as you get a little bit of success. It's, with that in mind, it's questionable at best. But definitely worth watching.